Hello, so my name is Jacob. I'm one of the account managers here at PlusHeat. I'm gonna run through briefly how to use the Contractor app, as we now require all contractors to submit notifications when they've contacted the occupier and arranged a time and date, and also the job's been complete. So it's pretty simple to use, but I'm just going to provide you with a video just in case you need to refer back to it. So at the bottom you can see here there's a fixed flow Contractor app. I'm going to select that, open up, and here you have a few icons that you're going to need to use to mark any notification. But it's pretty self-explanatory, so I'll quickly go through it. You have all issues. Anytime we pass a job to you, all the issues will come up here under the all issue icon. So here you can see there's a job that was sent on the 3rd of June 2019. That's a boiler service. And there's a job here that is a water leak that was sent on the 1st of July. Any recently added, that will basically just mimic what all the issues, but here you'll know once it builds up and you've done a couple of jobs from us, any new job will be in this one. Any comments that have been made, anything that's awaiting a start date. So what that tells me is the boiler service has already had a start date put in because only the water leak issue is awaiting a start date. Any jobs awaiting completion, so right now no jobs have been marked as complete, and I'll explain why that is in a sec. And awaiting occupier, I'll come back to that. Awaiting any information, that could be from a landlord or an occupier, but you won't have to worry about that. Any quotes requested, and anything else. So basically we'll keep it simple. All issues that have been instructed to you will come up in here. As there's not many, we can use this, but say you've done 15-20 jobs for us, they're all going to be here. The latest, I believe, will be always at the top, and you can change that based on your preference, but we'll just go from here. So here's the water leak. You can come up and see water leak within the property. Here's the address right in front of you. Here's the actions that need to be taken, and here's the details. Here you can see leak from pipe under the sink. Description: contact should be made with the customer within an hour of receiving the job. We'll always phone you first and ask you if you can attend the job. Obviously in this case it seems to be quite an emergency, so it will need to be attended today. If you can, great, we'll send this through, and you'll have all the information required to contact the customer. Let's have a look here. As you can see, all we ask is that you contact the customer within an hour of receiving the job, just so that they're updated with the progress of the issue. Once you've contacted them and confirmed a convenient time with them, in this case, if it was the boiler service, you may confirm a convenient date and time, as it's not necessarily required to be carried out on the same day. That's pretty simple, self-explanatory. If you need to email us or the customer, you can just put in the email here, agent or occupier. Obviously we're the agent, customer's the occupier, or if you want to email both of us. Let's go back. Let's have a look. Our numbers are down here in the event that you need to contact us directly, but let me just read it. Contact should be made with the customer occupier within an hour of receiving the job. Please inform the customer that you're calling on behalf of PlusHeat. Obviously just so they know who you are, as you're not going to be pulling up in a PlusHeat van. Arrange the time and date you'll be attending. This should be added into the system. If you're not able to attend, you must notify as soon as possible. If the job hasn't been booked in within 24 hours, we will assume that no contact has been made, therefore we will reassign the job. Obviously once we send the job to you, it's down to you to contact the customer and let them know a date and time. Once you've done that, we are now in the dark about that. So what we require from you is to go into actions that you need to take, and setting the date and time that's been agreed with the customer. So as it's an emergency, it will need to be done today, which is July the 1st, 2019, and you've agreed, you know, between, let's just say now, so 23, between 11, sorry, between 12 and 1 or 2. We'll say that, yes. Now, we've now received a notification that you spoke to the customer and booked in the time and date with them. So we're kept up to date every step of the way. We don't need to, be chasing you down, trying to find out if you've managed to contact them yet. If you've contacted them and you're not able to get through, leave them a voicemail, and then you can just send us an email to say contacted the customer, left a voicemail, and then we'll chase them up just to make sure that they have received that voicemail. But if we don't know that and they don't contact you, then we can't take that as if they have received the voicemail. We need to make sure we've established contact. And again, here's a phone call. But that's how you'll be able to call them. So once that's been booked in, we've received a notification. That's simple. Now all required is that once the job has been completed by yourself, you go into actions again. Let's have a look. Oh, it's because I'm offline. And now you'll need to mark the job as complete. So you've arranged the time and date with the customer, you've been around there, you've rectified the issue. Now, job's been complete. You completed it the same day, the duration it took you, and now any jobs that you do, you just go into the invoice method and mark it as the invoice was sent outside the system. You don't need to mess about putting digits into the system trying to work out the cost. It's more complicated than necessary. All invoices just need to be sent to finance team at plusheat.co.uk. It is in the description. I'll show you quickly before I mark it as complete. Cancel. Details. Here's the email address. Email your invoice to finance team at plusheat.co.uk. We will pay all invoices within 24 hours from when they are received. We will pay all invoices from 24 hours that we received that notification that the job's been marked. Here is our address that needs to go on the invoice. PlusHeat Ltd, 27 Old Gloucester Street, London, WC1 3AX. And also, here is the job number. Every job we send you will have a separate job number. It begins with IS. This number needs to be on the invoice as well. So it's pretty straightforward. Make sure you put your IS number, which is the job number, so that our finance system recognizes and can associate invoice to a work order, and send your invoice to finance team at plusheat.co.uk, and that's the registered business address that needs to be on there as well. If you're VAT registered, make sure you put your VAT number on there. So now, mark job is complete, or if the customer contacts you and needs to reschedule the appointment, then just make sure you update us. But let's just say it's all a smooth one. Invoice are being sent outside the system, so we mark that down here. Submit, yes, and done. That job's been done. We've now had a notification that you've scheduled in the appointment with the customer. We've now had a notification that the job's been marked as complete, and you've sent us your invoice. now we'll pay your invoice within 24 hours. If we receive your invoice and the job's not marked as complete, and you're wondering why we ain't paid you, well, you know why. It's because you haven't marked the job as complete. So please make sure you mark the job as complete. It just prevents us from having to ring you constantly, and we know when you're on a job, you don't always want to be answering your phone. So if we can just work together, you mark the job as complete, schedule it in, and update us, and then we'll pay you as soon as possible, so you're not chasing us down. And that's basically it. It's simple. If you need to email, you can email. All the information you're going to need to know about the job is within the details section. There's even a little map here that tells you what it is, the account manager that assigned it to you, and if there's pictures that the customer's uploaded, they'll be here, and all the actions that you need to take are within here. It's pretty simple. Again, if you need to email us, you can email us here. If you press the phone, that's just a test number that I put in, but that will call us directly. If you have any other questions, please feel free to get in touch. I'll be happy to assist you. And that's basically it. So thanks.